Good morning, children. This is Ramya, your science teacher. Today again I am back with the new topic, movements in animals. Today we are going to see movements of animals, how human beings and animals are moving from one place to another. Before understanding this concept, I am going to give you a small example regarding the topic. That you are having the games period in your school. Why it is included in the school? Because to make your body fit and you need a physical exercise to become fit. So, at that time, what you will do in the ground, you will be playing different kinds of games, right? So, in that case, what happens, your different body parts will be moving. Like, you are rotating your hands, bending downwards, upwards, sideways, or whatever it may be. So, in this way, you are able to move your different parts of your body. But have you didn't get any time doubt how these body parts are able to move? Yes. So, for example, if you want to move from one place to another, you will walk or run. And in case of animals also, they will be running, walking, some are flying, some are crawling. So, depending on different types of organisms, they will be choosing their mode of moving. So, in this lesson, we are going to study about the movements in animals. First, we are going with the human body and its movement. So, to understand this one, you are very well familiar with a cricket game. In that game, what happens? Two teams will be there, one team for batting, one team for bowling. So, if you observe a bowler, how he is able to bowl a ball? Like, he will be just rotating his total arm and just putting the ball. So that total his hand is rotating. And not only that part of his body, he is able to bend his body in catching the ball. For batsmen also, bending and running. So in this way, they are moving their different body parts. So how they are able to move these body parts? And not only in case of that game, but in generally also, we are able to move our different body parts. So why we are able to move this? Who are helping to move this? And all these movements are similar. And which part of our body is moving in which direction? That all we are going to study in our class today. So, to understand that concept, before that we are going to see which are the parts which are helping us to move our body parts. Coming to that, like if you see some structures which are present beneath our skin and that we cannot see with our eyes directly, but we can sense their movements. Those are nothing but did you get that? Nothing but the bones and the muscles. The hardest part in our body are nothing but the bones, and the soft tissues which are present in the body, those are called the muscles. These are together working and helping us to move our body parts. This is about the human body and its movement. And coming to the first one, muscles. To understand the concept of muscles, for example, if you take a cow, bull or a horse, while they are running, what happens? Under their skin, some fleshy like structures are moving, like vibrating. Like when they are running, under their skin, some fleshy like structures are moving. Those are nothing but the muscles. Those are nothing but the muscles, especially you can see near their legs. Okay. So this is like stomach region, you can observe this movement. These are nothing but the muscles. Generally, muscles are the soft tissues. Okay, muscles are nothing but the soft tissues, and they will be helping to move the body parts. They are helping in the moving body parts. To understand this concept, here we are going to perform some activities, live activities, so that you will understand the movement of muscles easily. First activity is touch shoulder. Touch the shoulder. Just stretch your arm, make a fist and just take it to your and touch with the fist to your shoulder. You will be finding some fleshy structure over there, though that is nothing but the muscle. And make a fist of one hand and you just tighten it, and here you will touch your upper arm with your other hand. Here you will be feeling like a bulged soft structure, that is nothing but the muscles. Those are nothing but the muscles. Here the muscles bulges due to the contraction. When the muscle contracted, the muscles there, it will become shorter, stiffer and thicker. So that we call it as a muscles. With this experiment, with this activity, we come to know, understand the muscles. Next, moving on to the second one, fold and unfold of fingers. Now, I am showing you one activity. Place your arm in this downward direction and try to fold one by one fingers. So, try to fold one by one fingers in this way. So, while you are folding, you can observe some of the structures are moving. Some of the structures are moving. Those are nothing but the muscles. And if again you rotate your hand like this upwards, your palm should be upwards, and again try to fold the fingers of your palm like one by one. Here also you can see some of the movements in the some of the parts, like in the arms, near the wrist, or in the area which is present between the elbow and the wrist. So these are nothing but the muscles. So generally muscles will be work when they are contracted. So in this way we are able to move our different parts of our body. Not only these activities, you can do number of activities and you can feel the muscles over there. For examples, like fluttering of eyes, just like blinking your eyes, you will be able to see that muscles are moving. And while chewing the food, we will be taking the food. Before swallowing it, we will be chewing the food. That means we are mixing with the teeth and the tongue. That movement also we can see some of the muscles are moving in our face. And not only that one, in our heart also. When we heart also, you know everyone, heart shows the pumping movement. That movement is also because of the muscles only. And when you are breathing, you take a deep breath in and out. At that time also you can see some of the muscles which are there over in our stomach region, they are moving up and down. And in the number of cases we can see the movement of parts, body parts which are helping with the moving with the help of the muscles. This is about the muscles like activities. Now, how do muscles work? How do muscles work? Generally, muscles work in pairs. Muscles work in pairs. That means two muscles together perform the activity. Like for example, if one muscle is there, one muscle contracts. As I shown in the activity, that if you make a fist and you just tighten your hand, you will be seeing the bulging portion in your upper arm. So that is about the muscle. So if one of the muscle is contracted, the bone which is responsible for the movement will be helping to contract the muscle, and later on when it is relaxing, the first muscle will be contracting. In that way, one muscle will be contracted and second muscle will be relaxing, and again second muscle will be contracting, this first muscle will be relaxing. In this way, bones and muscles are working together to perform the movements of the body parts. Generally, does the muscles are attached to the bones? Not all the muscles are attached to the bones, but few of them are connected to the bones with the help of a rod-like round whitish structures called tendons. Okay, bones, muscles are attached to the bones with the help of tendons. So what are tendons? Tendons are nothing but the joint between the muscles and the bones. That muscles are attached to the bones with the help of a rod-like round whitish structures, nothing but the tendons. Muscles which are attached to the bones with the help of what? Tendons. Those are rod-like round whitish structures which are able to join the bones, muscles with the bones. So generally where you will be finding this tendons? You can observe under the elbow, under the knee and under the near the ankle. In these places you can observe the tendons. So not only these places, if you do an activity you can observe in some other places also, and if you find anywhere like tendons you are feeling, so make a note of that and just show it to me when I come to your class. Okay, so this is all about the muscles, and generally muscles work in pairs. If one muscle contracts, the other muscle will be relaxed, and next time that relaxed muscle will be contracting and this contracted muscle will be relaxing. In between here bone is also helping to contract the muscle and relax the muscle. So that is the how do muscles work. And muscles are attached to the bones with the help of a tendons, which are rope-like, rod-like structures, whitish structures present in the body to join the muscles and the bones. This is about the muscles. Moving on to the another one, bones. Generally, our body is made up of with number of bones. So different parts of the body having different bones, and all these together we call it as a skeleton. All are arranged in a particular manner making a skeleton. So the study of the skeleton we call it as a skeletal system. So first of all, what is a bone? It is the hardest tissue of our body, which is a very hard part of our body, and it is generally white in color. And if we observe the adult human beings, we can see 206 bones. You can see 206 bones. In a newborn babies, there are 300 bones. In a newborn babies, there are 300 bones, and in a adult human beings, we can see the 206 bones. These all bones are arranged in a particular manner to form a skeleton, and that study of skeleton we call it as a skeletal system. So today we are going to see how bones are helping to move the body parts, like to perform many activities. And as I told now that muscles are joined with the bones with the help of a tendons. Here also few bones are joined together. Two bones are joined together with the help of ligaments. Okay, muscles attached to the bones with the help of tendons, and two bones are joined together with the help of a ligaments. So in this way two bones are joined, and how these bones are helping us to move in our body parts. First one is the jawbone. The bones which are present in our face here, this is the lower jaw and this is the upper jaw. This is the lower jaw and this is the upper jaw. If you try to open your mouth, just open your mouth and try to move the lower jaw like up, down, sideways. So you can see the movement of the jaw. And if you can you see where it is joined? You can join. It is joined towards with skull. This portion we call it as a skull. Here it is joined. And can you see the if you press with a finger on your face, like on the cheeks of your two sides, you can see the bones. These bones are nothing but the fixed bones. These are fixed bones. They won't move anywhere until we will move only our head, but the bones which are present in the skull region won't move. Only the lower jaw, which is attached to the skull, will be moving. No other bone in the skull will not be moving. This is about the jawbone. Next, coming to the clavicle. Okay. Next is the clavicle. Clavicle is nothing but the joint, the bone which is present in the shoulder region. So if you just make your hand, fold your hand in this way and just raise your shoulder. The raised bone in the shoulder part is nothing but the clavicle, and the bone which is present beneath that clavicle is nothing but the shoulder blade. Okay, so the raised bone of a shoulder, is nothing but the clavicle, and the bone which is present beneath the clavicle is nothing but the shoulder blade. These two are called as a shoulder bone. This is about the clavicle. Next, moving on to the ribs. Take a deep breath inside and hold it like that only, and try to count the number of bones in your chest portion. Those bones we call it as a ribs. These bones are arranged like a cage manner. So generally here is a rough diagram. So in this way, in our chest region, we can observe the bones, like it helps in when you are breathing and you're taking breath in and out, you can see the movements in this chest region. Those are nothing but the ribs. The bones of rib, in that region we call it as a ribs. Generally these are arranged in a ring-like structure and forming a cage. That is why we call this total as a rib cage. Generally 12 pairs of ribs are present. 12 pairs of ribs are present. One, as they are like ring-like structure, one end of the bone is attached to the breastbone and other end of the bone is attached to the vertebral column. So one end of the bone is attached to the vertebral column and other end of the bone is attached to the breastbone. So like the 12 pairs of bones are present in the rib cage, and out of that 10 pairs are attached and 2 pairs are freely floating. Those are not attached to only the one end and other end is freely. That 2 pairs of bones which are present freely, we call it as a floating bones. Okay, rib cage is present in the chest region. Around 12 pairs of bones are present and they are arranged as a cage-like manner, like ring-like manner. That's why we call it as a rib cage, and it is having 12 pairs of bones, and one end of the bone is attached to the breastbone and other end is attached to the vertebral column, and out of the 10 pairs are attached to both the sides, but only 2 pairs are attached towards only one side and other is freely floating. So those bones we call it as a floating bones, and this rib cage will protect some internal organs like lungs and heart. Lungs and heart. This rib cage will be protecting the internal organs such as lungs and heart. Next, moving on to the another bone like backbone. Next one is the backbone. Ask your friend to bend and just with your finger just see the movement, like just drag like this on his back. It is like this. Okay, it is a backbone. It's a just rough diagram of backbone. So another name for backbone is the spine or vertebral column. Generally, there are 33 bones. How many bones? 33 bones are present in the backbone. Each bone we call it as a vertebrae. Each bone we call it as a vertebrae, and each vertebrae are arranged one by one. Okay, they are arranged one by one. So it forms like a snake-like structure called it as a spine. Another name for backbone is a spine, vertebral column. As the vertebrae are arranged in a column like one line, so that is why we call it as a vertebral column. How many bones are involved in this? 33 bones are present, and each bone is present one on the other. That is why then we are able to bend our backbone. We are able to bend front, back or sideways. With the help of this only we are able to bend. So if there is no small bones, no vertebrae, only the single bone is there in the backbone, then can we bend front and back or sideways? No. As the arrangement of vertebrae in this type, that is why we are able to bend front, back or sideways. And the spinal cord is running in the vertebral column. The spinal cord is running in the vertebral column. That is nothing but the cluster of nerves. Cluster of nerves, together we call it as a spinal cord, and it is connected to the brain, and that is running in the vertebral column. This is about the backbone. Next type of bone is pelvic girdle. Next type of bone is pelvic girdle. So where it is present? Generally it is present below the stomach on two sides of our legs, like in this region. You can see exactly, if you observe me, in these regions, in the hip regions, this type of bone you can see in the hip region of with two sides of your stomach, like above the legs. So this is a bone which is present in the hip region of your body. That is called as about the pelvic girdle. Next, coming to the flexible bones. Flexible, or another name we can say it as cartilage. This is one more kind of bones which are present in our body. So these are, till now we have talked about the different kinds of bones. In that, all the bones are very hard. But coming to this type of bones, flexible or cartilage, the bones are soft and bent. In this case, the bones are soft and we can bend it. Okay? Like for example, best example is the ear. The bones which are present in the ear are flexible. They are flexible and we can bend it easily. And as they are showing the flexible movement, we call it as a flexible bones, and other name for it is a cartilage. This is all about the different kinds of bones which are helping to move our body parts in different ways. And regarding this topic, here are few questions which can be asked in the examination. Like we can say it as a worksheet. What are muscles and how do they work? Write about the backbone. Heart and lungs are protected by what type of bones? And imagine body without bones. And what are tendons and ligaments? These are few questions which can be asked in the examination. I hope you understand the class and you will try to solve these questions. And all the best. Thank you. I'll meet you with new topic. Thank you.